this is probably like the 10th time I retry this. So hi, it's Steph. This is my second video, and I think today I'm going to talk about betrayal and kind of like your perception of people just changing drastically over like one person, like one friend, one guy friend, or like one female friend, or like a cousin, or like a sister or sibling, or like parent or relative or neighbor, like anybody, and they change your perception on people who you let in who are similar to that kind of person. And I think like the closest, like I think like before this whole thing came about, I think in 2022 was the first time in a while. I mean, I kind of keep my circle small. I don't really like, I do love going to big parties, big, events, just to dance, have fun. But I always come back to my inner circle, to my small circle, and just kind of like sit with myself and just enjoy my time wherever I'm at. I invited a friend during Thanksgiving in 2022. I vividly remember this day because it was so traumatizing. I guess I didn't really know who I was still friends with. I was friends with this girl from middle school, and so I've known her for a while. We're a tad bit close. Like, we were there for each other during our hard times and stuff. I invited her over for Thanksgiving, and it was a family dinner, work/family dinner. There's no strangers there, like everyone kind of knew everyone there. I had gotten off work, so I was tired, sleep deprived, because the night before I had gone over to help cook food for Thanksgiving after work. So I was, working back to back, kind of like tired a little. So I was tired and sleep deprived, and I had to like shower ASAP as soon as I could when I got home after work. And then when I headed there, we went together, me and my friend, my sister, and other friends. We got there, I drank, I offered her, she was fine with it. She was, of course, fine with it, no issues there, I thought we were both fine. I thought we were both fine. Maybe I was the only one fine, but basically, again, I'm sleep deprived and drinking and, just being there, just chatting with her, talking with my other family friends. Of course, everyone was talking. There's nothing bad, nothing out of the blue, nothing weird, no drama. I stopped drinking because, of course, I'm sleep deprived. I'm not feeling that well. I started feeling like everything was spinning. It's probably just sleep deprived, hungry, just my body was probably just too vulnerable to the alcohol. So I drank water, and I was just talking with my friend at the time. We're no longer friends, sadly. She starts gossiping about people I haven't seen in a long time. Like, people who I don't know like that on a personal level anymore. However, she's venting to me about these people, how they're horrible, and they're weird, that they give off mean girls, that she didn't really like them. And I wasn't saying anything. I was just listening, hearing her out. Again, I'm not feeling well. I'm just like listening, trying to stay awake. She then starts going on her phone, and I of course, whenever I go to like any social event with somebody, I don't like pulling out my phone, being on my phone. I find that to be a little rude. Well, I find that from my end to be rude, you know, mostly if you're in a space where everyone's conversing and there's like active human interaction. Like, I just prefer not to bring out my phone or even answer phone calls, even if it's for my parents. I really do not like doing that. I find that very disrespectful to the other person that I'm with. And I didn't really think much of it. Like, obviously that's something from my end. I choose to not do that. But if someone else did that, like, and they had to, like, I would understand. Like, if they had to answer a phone call, I'd understand. And I saw her go on her phone, and she told me that they invited her for some, like, she started saying that she didn't really want to go to Friendsgiving or like being around those people, those girls. And I kind of told her, like, however you're feeling, like, you should, if you don't feel like you should go, and you don't have to force yourself to go, or you don't have to go. Like, at the end of the day, it's your choice. She she was venting to me, and I just gave her this one, like, it's up to you, to be honest. And about a guy at college, and again, I didn't go to college right after high school. I didn't pursue further academics. I was taking a year off. This was before these past 3 years. Like, far before these past 3 years. It's like a whole, like, time period before. I didn't pursue academics further on, so I stuck to working and joining the workforce, the food, like, customer service force. So I couldn't really. I was kind of around working people more, and not really people who were in school and were in like drama and stuff. I personally would stay away from that stuff. To say I try to, even though I come across mature people who are grown adults and stuff, and they're causing drama, and they're even part of the drama. Like, I'm just shocked that their frontal lobe hasn't evolved. It hasn't, like, came in or whatever. Yeah, I specifically remember her then texting them that she'll go. And I was like, oh, that's a little weird. You're telling me one thing, but now here you're doing a different thing. Like, I think that's a little contradicting to your own self, and I don't think that's healthy to contradict what you said. Therefore, I started getting like a weird, like, feeling from this whole, like, hangout Thanksgiving. Like, she started asking people in my family, and not family, but like close family friends and stuff, and she's like, oh, it's weird, it's the first time she brings anybody. Like, I feel special that she's invited somebody of her friends over to something like this. And I'm glad my other friend said what she said. There's probably a reason why she doesn't, and she proved that night the reason why I keep my circle. I keep to myself, basically. Basically, she tried. After that, she attempted to get me drunk, and she started recording. She swapped out my cup of water for a drink, and I'm responsible. I don't know. I kind of made myself responsible of my own self, and to make sure that nobody else has to take care of me, nobody has to look after me. I kind of like to not burden anybody with having to, you know, look after me after I'm the one who chose to drink, after I'm the one deciding to do certain things. Like, I like to take accountability for my own self and my own actions. Therefore, even if I'm drinking, even if I'm under some kind of substance, I'm still conscious. I'm still conscious of my actions. I'm still conscious of what I'm doing, of what I'm saying, of what I'm hearing. Like, again, I was already feeling like bad vibes, even though I was drinking. I was feeling bad vibes from her. Like, something was up, something wasn't quite right. She kept swapping out my water. I kept drinking my water. But I kept, progressively, I kept feeling more and more tired. Like, very, very tired. And so I started crying. I started crying out of exhaustion. And I didn't want to, put her on the spot, so I just lied, and I just said I was tired. But deep down, I remember kind of looking at my sister and giving her a sign, like, we gotta go. We gotta go home. We gotta take everybody home. We found enough. Everyone should go home. And on the way home, I just remember seeing her pull out her phone and try to, she had it all up on my face. All up on my face. And I was so, caught off guard by that, because I never thought she was capable of doing that to, that extent. I've never met somebody who's just gonna fucking put a fucking phone up your face, in your face, right in your face, right in your face. I've never came across somebody like that. I find that very rude, very, what the hell is wrong with you? What, are you okay? What are you doing? She did that, and I was like, okay, she's probably gonna, there's something's off right here. And, we all go home. She wanted to stay over at my place so badly, and I'm glad I didn't, because I don't know what else she was going to do. I made sure she was home safe. When I got home, I couldn't even sleep. Probably a little bit. I was just a little, confused what the fuck that whole thing was. It was going well at first, and then all that shit happened, and I was just like, what the fuck? What just happened? There's no way that just happened. I've known this person since middle school. What is going on? Next day, guess what? I asked her, are you alright? How'd you wake up? How'd you think of yesterday? The first thing she tells me is, oh, I hope your sister's boyfriend didn't think I was weird. Girl, I think you're the one who's being weird. I think I'm the one who thinks you're being weird. And guess what? I didn't tell her that. I was just like, oh, why do you say that? What makes you say that? What makes you, be the first thing you think of when you look up? First thing. She didn't respond. She said, oh, just feeling like that. That Friendsgiving that was planned comes around. She posts that she's at it. And she posts, some hearts and, oh, I love my friend so much. I was like, this is so fake. Oh my gosh. And what's even worse? My own family saw it. They're like, she was trying to get you drunk. She was swapping out your cup several times, and we saw her. And I was like, I know, I saw her too. I'm just shocked that you guys also saw. I thought nobody saw. It's a little embarrassing. I apologize. That happened. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? What? And I don't associate with her anymore. I refuse to. And, you know, if you are like her, please stay away from me. Please stay away from me. You know, I will catch on what you're trying to do. I'm not dumb. Guy or woman, stay away from me. If you think you could get away with, like, trying to get me drunk, trying to catch me off guard, no. I'm not gonna fall for it. Never. Not even at a young age. No, I'm not gonna fall for it. I can take care of myself, and I will always take care of myself. And, you know, you're weird. No, you're not weird. You're insane, and you just stay away from me. She tried reaching out like a couple years later, saying happy birthday on my birthday. Through Discord too. Discord is a whole other video. I am traumatized from Discord. Discord has traumatized me to the core. 2 people have ruined Discord for me. 2 people. Not even the person who got me onto Discord. No. 2 people have ruined Discord for me. Both genders. Male and female. No. I just don't think you should be causing harm to others or try to like start anything weird. Like, why are you doing that? Like, that's elementary school, middle school stuff. Like, nope. I'm just gonna end this here, bro, because that's just a crazy, you know, like, I'm just remembering that whole night, and I don't know if she found anything weird with her actions. You know, like, people still ask me about it, and they're like, oh, what happened between you guys? Well, like, I'm not really sure what happened, but I chose to like stop entertaining that relationship, that friendship, because it was a little weird. I was getting weirded out. I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel like my own life was safe. Not physically, more like my, you know, like my whole like my presence, or like my actual life, like the people around me, or like my home, my peace was safe. I didn't feel safe in that friendship, and I'm glad I noticed that. I caught on early on before anything weird happened. Nothing weird really happened afterwards. She did post videos of me, unconsented. I was very uncomfortable in those videos. I was kind of like trying to like look away from the camera, because like, what was she doing? Like in the middle of conversations, like something like very personal, like I wouldn't really say personal, but it's like, why are you recording this? What are you doing? You know, like, and not even like, oh, like, it's not Thanksgiving. You're not even recording your food. No, like, you're recording me. I was so uncomfortable, but yeah, it's just story time about one person that has kind of betrayed, you know, like kind of changed my perception on friendship, specifically. I've been talking to for so long, and I'm not used to it yet. But yeah, you know, please don't come across me if you're like that. Please do not come across me. I will catch on, and I will leave you hanging, and I will talk about you. I will, because I don't think I don't notice what you're trying to do. I see what you're trying to do. I see.